Hello students. Today we are going to be going over exponential story problems. The objective, I can write equations for exponential situations from tables, graphs, and story problems, giving answers in context. Okay, so if it's exponential, it changes by the same amount every unit on the x-axis. An appreciation is an increase in value of an asset with the passage of time. That's like if you live in a growth area of a neighborhood, your house might be going up. There are other things that appreciate in value over time. Depreciation, a reduction in the value of an asset with the passage of time, due in particular to wear and tear. So most of the time, cars will depreciate over time. There are a few exceptions with like some antique cars that are restored that are worth a lot of money. But for the most part, most of the cars out there, I would say 98% of them, they just go down in value every single year. So here's an example of an investment of $5,000 and actually earned 13% interest annually. Okay, annually means every year. The interest was reinvested each year for 5 years. Find the value after 5 years. So we have $5,000. Year one, remember the interest equals principal, which is the amount of money, times the rate, the percent, times the time. So after 1 year, we go 5,000 times 0.13, which was the interest, and it would be for 1 year. So times 1, and they just didn't put that there. And that is $650. So at the end of the year, they have $5,650. The second year, they took the total amount, $5,650, reinvested it for the next year, and they have 0.13 times that, and it was $784.50. So then they added that to the bank account, and now they have $6,384.50, and so forth. So the equation ends up being A is the final amount equals the initial amount, that's 5,000 times 1.13. 1 is the original amount or the 100% raised to the 10. So you're doing this for, I guess that would be 10 years. I don't know. There's a mistake in here somewhere. So this should be raised to the 5th power, not 10. So make that correction on your paper. Okay? So exponential growth, when a quantity increases exponentially over time. So over time, you're going to be making more and more money. See, after 5 years, you're now made $1,000 on that same money, whereas the first year you only made $650. So again, the capital A is your final amount. See how this is $9,212.18. A is the initial amount. That would be the $5,000, the beginning amount. That's what initial means. Rate, if usually it's in percent and you have to change it to a decimal. And then the time is generally over years. They're going to have you do that. Annually is commonly known as yearly. What does 1 represent? It represents 100% of the money. What is the factor? 1 plus your rate, which is where you get this 1.13 over here. Okay, so the key words for growth factor is increase, appreciate, growth, earn, gain, and profit. So if you see any of those words, then you know you're going to be increasing and it's going to be a growth factor if it is an exponential equation. Decay factor is the final amount is A, then the initial amount, and then it's 1 minus R, and then times by time. 1 minus R is your decay factor. So the key words for decay, decrease, depreciate, decay, loss, debt. Okay, A is the final amount. This is the same as up there, but the rate is also decimal. The only thing that changes on here is the factor is 1 minus R instead of 1 plus R. Okay, I'll let you go over these on your own. Oh, I wanted to go over these steps really quick. Okay, now here are the 4 steps. 1, you determine if the problem is growth or decay. Identify the initial value, the lowercase a, the rate, and then change it to a decimal if you need to, and time. Substitute those values into the correct equation and solve using a calculator. Round appropriately for the situation and include units. Okay? So again, those are the 4 steps on your paper on the top of page 25. Now we're going to go ahead and do a few problems. Actually, I'll stop this and do the problems later.